my god! Can you believe all the items I just put through durability tests were made on a 3D printer called the Loopzizo K-100. Unlike the fragile parts you usually get from most 3D printers, this one uses industrial-grade SLS, where a laser fuses powdered material layer by layer into solid parts. No weak infill, no compromises, delivering insane durability. Crazy 0.1mm precision, multi-material support, and more. And the best part, it packs all of those into a desktop-sized machine that you can literally put on your desk. Let's dive in. Let me give you a quick design walkthrough. This is what the machine looks like. Clean, minimalist. On the front, you get two transparent glass windows, one for the touch screen and one for monitoring the print in progress. This enclosed design is much safer for your eyes compared to open frame machines. When we open the door, you will see a TF card slot next to the touch screen. Below that is the build chamber. At the back, we have the powder supply cartridge. It has a handle, so you can either remove it to check how much powder is left or just swap to another cartridge. This modular design is far more convenient than traditional all-in-one printers. The entire machine measures 40 by 42 by 82 centimeters and weighs only 45 kilograms. Just keep in mind, this thing prints like an industrial SLS machine. Now let me show you the complete workflow. Like any 3D printer, the first step is preparing your model and slicing it. You can use standard slicing software to generate an SLC file, then import the file into Loopbuilder SLS, Loopzizo's own software. In the settings menu, first select the material from the top right corner, then fine-tune the parameters. It might look overwhelming at first, but I highlight some key tips provided by Loopzizo. You may need to make small adjustments depending on your local environment, meaning temperature. Different powders, like TPU, will require different settings as well. Once everything's set, save the profile. Go to platform, match the build, wait for the progress bar to reach 100%, then save the file to a TF card. And that's basically the entire software process. With everything ready, let's start printing. First, load a major amount of powder into the powder supply cartridge and reinstall it. On the printer's touch screen, select powder spreading. You'll see the scribble moving back and forth across the build platform, leveling the powder. This usually takes about 5 or 6 passes to create a perfectly flat surface. Next, go back to the touch screen, select the file we just prepared, and hit print. That's it. The machine hits to the target temperature and starts printing automatically. There's nothing else you need to do, just wait. From this time lapse, you can see the process repeating. Powder spreading, laser scanning, platform lowering. After print finishes, let the machine cool down. Release the latch, remove the build chamber, and take out the printed parts. Important reminder, always wear dust mask and gloves at this stage. Once the parts are exposed, use a brush to remove as much excess powder as possible. To make the surface even cleaner and more refined, we use a sandblasting machine to fully remove the remaining powder. And here's the final result. Just look at the detail. It's seriously impressive. Over the past few weeks, I've tested many different shapes and structures, and I've found advantages that normal 3D printers cannot even dream of. For example, many moving parts can be printed as hollow, support-free structures. Take this roller bearing. The balls inside can move freely straight out of the printer. Nothing is fused together. That's insane. The level of detail is extremely high. Loopzizo officially rates it at 0.1mm accuracy. Let me show you more examples. This knuckle joint has a moving rod directly embedded inside the slot without sticking to the inner walls. Something that's basically impossible for printers that rely on support structures. And look at this engine piston, incredibly delicate and smooth. I can easily imagine how useful this would be for serious DIY makers and engineers. This is absolutely a must-have tool. Don't let the fine details fool you. These parts are extremely durable. As I showed at the beginning, prints made with PA12, the rigid material I'm using here, can handle some serious abuse, compression tests, hardness tests. You can even crack cans and walnuts with them. I literally have my own body weight on this, and I'm close to 200 pounds. For TPU powder prints, you get both flexibility and strength. Take this retractable cat. The body is elastic, but the head is rock solid. This flexible bracelet ring is nearly impossible to break with bare hands, yet it snaps right back into shape. I finally managed to tear it apart at around 45 kilograms of force. Still incredibly impressive. Let me know in the comments what you use parts like this for. The applications are endless. One thing I really appreciate about the Loopzizo K-100 is how easy it is to prepare for the next print. Unlike FDM printers, where nozzles can clog and be a pain to clean, this system is much simpler. All you need to do is clean the powder off the scraper, then empty the build chamber and two leftover powder bins. All of this leftover powder can be reused. According to Loopzizo, the powder recycling rate can reach up to 95%, which is amazing. After that, slide the build chamber back into place. Tap the lifting button on the screen, and the platform automatically returns to the top position. You are ready to start your next print. Right now, the max printable size I've tested is 130 by 130 by 130 millimeters for TPU and 120 by 120 by 130 millimeters for PR12. Loopzizo has also told me that a larger build volume version, up to 200 by 200 by 250 millimeters, is planned. So that's definitely something to look forward to. So to sum it up, the Loopzizo K-100 brings true industrial SLS printing to the desktop. Support free hollow structures, function moving parts straight out of the printer, incredible strength, fine detail, long-term durability, high power reuse efficiency. This is on a completely different level compared to traditional desktop 3D printers. If you're a serious maker, engineer, designer, or DIY enthusiast, this is one of the most exciting machines I've tested in a long time. If this kind of industrial-grade desktop SLS printing excites you as much as it excites me, make sure to check out the Kickstarter page and back the project. Your support will bring this technology to more creators around the world. Links are in the description. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.